Hey, MLSListings subscribers, we're back for another episode of our Vendor Spotlight. I'm Dave Scalori, your host, and I've got a familiar face here today, Brent Adams. You all know, you've seen him from CoreLogic. But today we're going to be talking about a product we haven't really talked about in a long time, ePropertyWatch. And so, Brent, how you doing first off today?
Good, Dave. How you been?
I'm doing great. It's always great to see you. And I know our subscribers are, used to seeing you talk about, I think, whether it's CMAs or realist. But it's been about, we did, I think maybe 3 years since we talked about eProperty Watch. It's right there. Our agents, when they're in their dashboard, they see it on Matrix. It's right there. It's free. So you're going to kind of show us, kind of the benefits of it today.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, here, let me just go ahead and share my screen and I'll go ahead and hop right in.
Sounds
And
good.
I'll show you where we get started. And that's here in Matrix.
There it
And
is.
speaking of 3 years ago, it being so long since we've done eProperty Watch, you can see the widget right there says never be forgotten again, because the whole point of eProperty Watch is it's a drip marketing campaign and it's designed to help you keep in touch with clients that you haven't necessarily worked with in the past, or haven't worked with in a long time, I should say, and keeping yourself and keeping your information, your face, all the things that you have to offer that client, front of mind, so that when they do need your services, at some time in the future, you're going to be there. So what I can do is I can show you again, all you need to do as an agent is go ahead and click on this widget here for eProperty Watch, and it will end up taking you into the eProperty Watch dashboard, which you're looking at right now. Now, my dashboard has been utilized quite a bit. You're seeing how many clients I have, when I invited them, when they were confirmed. Effectively, just to back up a little bit, eProperty is basically just a drip marketing campaign. It's something you can kind of set and forget. You bring your clients into the service and you start to email them information about their home. And the nicest thing about the drip email campaign is that when clients get information, or agent, people get information about their particular home, when they say, what's my home worth, what's going on in my neighborhood, those are things that they want to open up, more often than, I've got some new houses for you to look for here, there, or the other place, when there might not necessarily even be actively looking to buy a home or to sell a home. But this gives them information about their home, keeps them here in your space with your branding, and allows you to, again, keep that relationship going with them, even though you're not working with them actively at that time. I'll start with, the number one thing, and that's that you've got to get your clients input into the system. So I click on clients up here at the very top. All right, so let's take a look at my clients and some of the things that I can do with my clients. Now, a number of these clients have been added here manually by myself. Very easy for you to do simply by clicking on the new button up here. All we need is a first name, a last name, an email address. And as you type in a property address, it'll actually begin to auto-complete the address that you pull in. So as you put that in there, we'll actually make sure it's an actual address that we can pull information for. Because again, when you're bringing these clients in, you're not just bringing them in to, show them other properties. You want to show them about their property. You can also import your clients too. Very simply, to import clients, all you need to do is click on the import button and you can import from a CSV file. So if you do have folks who come in, from maybe, another system, maybe if you use something like Top Producer, or you're exporting some of your clients from one of your listing systems like Matrix, as long as you get them into this CSV file, it's very easy to import them from that CSV file and bring them in here. All you need to do is click on the Import From button, import from CSV file, go ahead and click on Choose File here, and then find that actual file, import it, and then you just got to do a little bit of mapping in terms of making sure the first name from the file goes into the first name in eProperty Watch. The last name goes to the last name, and so on and so forth. So it's very easy to import people, to get them in. Just one thing, once you've imported them, you do need to actually send an invitation to them. You've not done anything except brought them into the service yet. So once you send them an invitation for a property that you've already put in for them, they're going to end up getting an email that looks a lot like this. And really, it'll show them about the fact that, you've got some information on their home. If they're interested, they can be told more about that information. It explains about the free monthly newsletter you're going to end up sending out to them as an agent. And then to confirm their subscription into the service, it's right down here at the bottom. Again, the best thing about this service is it's completely free to you. It's completely free to your clients. It's just a nice drip marketing campaign that you're going to be able to set up and give them information about their properties. Where I usually go next after getting my clients imported is I go over here to settings, and there's a few different things that you can do. Number one, you can set up your branding. And setting up your branding is very easy. You can, again, just put in your name, any designations, your office name, your tagline, anything else important that you want to show on customer-facing information that's generated out of ePropertyWatch, you can feel free to put in here. That goes into a photo, putting in your logo as well. Very easy to just choose your file from the laptop or desktop that you're on at that time and put it in there. And of course, putting the equal opportunity housing logo in there. You can even sign up for free leads as well. One of the things I hadn't mentioned is, people can just go out to the ePropertyWatch.com website and sign up for information about their property. Here's the homeowners tab right here, where, it explains to them what it is and how it's going to tell them more about their home's value. And down here at the very bottom, without you as an agent having sent information out to them about inviting them into the service, they can just put their name in, their email address, and their address here. And when they do that, they can be randomly assigned a particular agent who signed up to use ePropertyWatch. And that's when you click this button down here. Yes, I want free leads. Let me sponsor homeowners in my area. That's how you can utilize that service. So those are all great things under the profile here. Remember, we clicked under settings to get there. Now, as far as notifications, this allows you to decide how often you want to send these emails to your clients, updated emails about what your property's worth, what's going on in your neighborhood. So you can decide how often to send it to them, anytime between 2 weeks and 3 months. And you can be notified by email of a number of different things. When a client deletes a property, or if someone invites them to the service. You can even be sent a regular summary of what's been going on in ePropertyWatch lately. Not only that, but you can take a look at these templates. So the first time that you ever invite a client to use the service, you can go ahead and click this edit button as an agent. And some of the text you just saw earlier, my free newsletter contains insight about your neighborhood. These are all things that individual agents can change. The only thing I want to make sure you're aware of is we do use these mail merge fields. And if you're ever confused about what any of those are, we do have them available here under this little question mark, and they'll tell you exactly, how to bracket those and how to put that information in there once you just sort of hover over and click on that question mark, and you can see those right there. So that's how easy it is to change those email templates, either when you've invited a client into the service or the subscription summary when they're getting more information about properties as the days and the weeks go on and you keep sending them information. Now, there are a couple other things to mention. There is a marketing tool. Right now, I'm just signed up for the basic service, as I mentioned, which is just completely free to any of your agents. However, there are upgraded versions of the service. And when you do upgrade the service, you get to, for example, invite more clients into the system, 5,000 as opposed to 2,500. If you're a broker, you can set this up for your office and you can have different agents use it under your broker login as well. And then additionally, you're going to have a couple of other more passive ways to, again, generate leads. One is a social media link, which you'll be able to put on your Facebook page, among other places. And another is a widget. Now, if I were actually signed up for the advanced service, this widget, rather than looking like the actual widget it looks like down here, would actually include some HTML code that you could actually paste into your website if you want to. And again, wherever that website is, as long as you have control of it, you put this widget in there, and people will again be able to put in their information and find out more information about their property. Same thing here with the social media link, which when it's clicked, ends up taking clients to a splash page that looks a lot like this, where it again explains exactly what the ePropertyWatch service is, very similar to what I showed you a moment ago. Quick little video that tells you a little bit more about ePropertyWatch and the ability to start to sign up for those reports. So back into ePropertyWatch for you, into the settings. If you ever do want to make any changes to that account, as I mentioned, you do need to, of course, find yourself in here. There you are under California and MLS listings. And we'll give you the pricing structure. Agent Basic Service, which I'll be showing you today, allows you to have 2,500 clients, and it's completely free to you. Now, when you start to use those marketing tools, the price does go up. And if you're a broker wanting to use the service and provide it to your agents, you've got various different levels that you can sign up for here if you want to as well. And whenever you're ready to change or delete your account or terminate your account, you can come down here and do it as well. By the way, all that branding we set up earlier, always previewable right here for you when you go ahead and click on that branding preview. The content will be here in your email, and you'll get to see exactly what's going to show publicly facing out to your clients when you send it out. So once you get your settings set up, and of course, once you've got your clients set up, the next thing that you do want to do is actually invite those clients and actually set them up with the property. So you can see when I go into myself, and that's one of the things that I do a lot. I set myself up as a dummy client. So not only can I see as an agent what my clients are going to be receiving, I can see it again from both places. I can see as an agent what the reporting is going to look like, but I can see what my clients are going to receive in terms of those emails too. But click into the details here. And since this is a demo account, I've got, 6 or 7 properties associated with me here. One of which I just added for today's demo, which is a property here in San Jose, California. So all you need to do to add a new property is, again, click on add a new property, and you can remove one at any time too. And as you start to put in information, again, it'll start to auto-complete the information for that property. That's how you know it's, again, a property that we're going to be able to pull information for, pull all those stats, and generate those emails that are going to send out to your clients too. So once you've submitted that and added that as a new property, you simply need to click send, and they're going to start to get, again, those invite emails into the service. So I showed you that invite email earlier. What they're going to continue to get as the time goes on are emails that look a lot like this, where we'll let you know, hey, the value of your property is increasing. Here's some news on what's going on this property. It was listed for sale just in July. And again, please contact me with any questions. All your branding showing up here too. So again, there's that first invite email. Then there's the, again, ongoing emails that come in every 2 weeks, every 3 or 4 months, depending on how you schedule them. Now, additionally, you can go in and you can actually click on the address for this property. But honestly, this is something that's a little bit more set for your clients. Certainly, you can take a look at it. It's going to open up this new window, and it's going to give you, again, I'm sort of leaving the agent version of ePropertyWatch, and I'm now looking at the client-facing information that you're going to see in ePropertyWatch. So I've sort of switched gears on you. Basically, I'm operating as a client now, but as an agent, you can kind of take a look at this information. You'd also be able to see in the emails that I was showing you earlier, if a client goes ahead and clicks on more about this home's value, it's going to open up exactly the same page as you just saw me get to as an agent. So again, you're going to be able to see it from your client's perspective too. We start with the value tab, and that gives you information about what we think this property is actually estimated at. This can even be edited if the client wants to edit it as well. Only they will see those changes. We'll give you an idea as to how good we think that estimated value is. And then we've got a nice little video down here that my good buddy Scott has put together, a nice little 2-minute video that lets you know how we put these estimated values on these properties and how we score them too. Again, you'll see what the change in value was since the property sold last. We've got mortgage information, as you see below, so that allows us to estimate the equity and the mortgage balance that's left. If there's something that we're missing, if a client comes on here and looks at their property and says, well, no, that's not actually my mortgage information, or I have a second mortgage as well, they can either add that mortgage or they can even edit the existing details. If they say, no, I took out a $250,000 mortgage and my balance right now is $200,000 because I've been paying it off quickly. And actually it was a 3.5% rate, over a 20-year mortgage. They can make those changes. And again, those changes don't go any further than their view. They can just see, again, what's going on with their home based on the information that they've input here. Again, down below, you'll see comparables. So these are similar properties in the area that can always be clicked on. And you'll basically end up going to the same information that you see here, the value, the details, the neighborhood, and the trends as well. But I'll show you some other ways to get to some of those properties as well. Let's go ahead and click on details, because again, a lot of clients are going to be interested in seeing what's been listed here for their property from public records and listing information. So you're going to have where the property is located. You're going to have the type of property it is. And then you get into physical characteristics and features. And what you're seeing here are some graphics. And these graphics are letting you know how these property, or the subject property I'm looking at now, matches up or measures up with other properties in the neighborhood. So for example, this property was built in 1964, and that's highlighted in red, really showing you the 1960s as a whole. 1970s, we had some properties built here as well, and a few in 1980. So it's one of the older properties in the neighborhood. You can also see it's one of the larger properties in the neighborhood. It's got 4 bedrooms, which is about average, but there are some 3-bedroom properties too. And it's a 2-story home where we're seeing mostly 1-story homes. Same thing down here with the features. You can see, it's got a garage, which again, 93% of other properties in the area also have a garage. It's got 2 stories, opposed to only 34% of properties actually being 2 stories in this area too. You get a little bit of public records information, and then we move down into the neighborhood highlights. This is not necessarily comps. These are showing you sort of the maximums and minimums in this property. What's the largest property? What's the smallest property? What's the oldest? What's the newest? Who's on the biggest lot? Who's on the smallest lot? So just showing you the extremes in the area. And then we'll also show the entire history, whether or not a loan has been paid off, whether or not the property's been made active in the MLS, whether it's sold privately or through the MLS, if there have been any liens placed on the property. All this information will show here for this property on this details page. So a great place for your clients to go to see what's going on with their particular home and seeing if they need to make any corrections too. Now on the neighborhood tab, it allows you to again see what's going on around your neighborhood. The star indicates the property that's right next to us. Well, the first thing you might notice is there's also a new listing right next door. As you scroll out, and you can only scroll out a certain way as to a certain point, and this is about it. Once you move over, anything that's going on in this area is going to show up as a blue dot, a red dot, a pink dot. Those are going to let you know whether or not a property's a new listing in the area, whether or not a property sold recently, if something went under contract, if something was rented or was listed for rent. All you need to do is scroll down into these properties, whether or not it's your subject property, and hover over them, and you can see a little bit more information about when it sold and what it sold for. And then when you click on it, it takes you right back to the details page for that other property. So you can really see what's going on around your neighborhood with any homes in the area, including the home that you're interested in looking at, which is going to be the property you live in too. So the neighborhood tab is a great way for people to kind of see what's going on in their area as well. And then lastly, we've got some trends. So it does let people know exactly where the sale prices are going by zip code, over the past 10 years. Again, we'll use some leading indicators, for price changes. Distressed properties trending downwards. We always like to see that. Sales volume going down a little bit here into 2024. We're not buying quite as many houses as we were sort of just post-pandemic in 2021 and 2022 when rates were a lot lower. We've got risk factors, including negative equity and anyone who's 90 days delinquent in this area. Also, good to see these trending downwards, meaning we're going to see prices go up most likely. Adjusted gross income, income types, average refunds and taxes due. So all kind of a mix of listing information and public records information that your clients are going to have access to and see what's going on with their home. So again, that's what your clients can see. Getting back into sort of the agent details, again, I'm back in ePropertyWatch as the agent would see it now. So what you can do here is after your clients have started to visit and take a look at these properties and open your emails, you're going to be able to, for example, first of all, go into the dashboard. So now back here on the dashboard, you can see, for example, how many clients you've invited into the service and how many have actually clicked on that email. You're going to be able to see a list of clients. And again, you can go back to import those clients anytime you want. How many subscription emails have you sent? How many have been clicked? How many have been opened? And you'll even see the open rate here too. If you'd like to dig a little bit deeper, you can also go into the report section as well. And that's going to give you a little bit more insight into, again, how many clients you've invited, where they subscribed, whether it's someone who, again, has been subscribed as a sponsor, which means you've actually sent them the email, or whether they've signed up using that widget as well. And then again, you can come back down here and take a look at all the different properties you sent out invites for, how often those emails have been opened, and how many properties each client has, how frequently you're emailing those clients, and the last time you've worked with those clients too. So really, again, it's just a great service that allows you as an agent to just sort of passively engage with your clients, send them out those emails. If it's someone they haven't been working with for a long time, it's a great way to keep your name in front of those clients so that when they are ready to sell or buy a new home, your name is the name that's really right in front of them, and they'll be able to contact you because you've been sending them such valuable information about their homes over the past, several months or several years.
Very nice, very nice, Brent. Great job. And for agents out there, I encourage everyone to go in there. It's super easy to use, I gotta tell you. And and I'll admit, it's been a while since I've been in there, and I forgot how kind of cool it is. It's got a little bit of everything from lead generation to you name it. So get in there, get your branding on there, and go ahead and put some clients in there. And it's free for up to 2,500, I believe you said. So I hope agents take advantage of it. And in the meantime, Brent, great job as always. You cover a wide range of products for us with CoreLogic. We really appreciate it. And you're always welcome on, and please let us know anytime there's any updates to whether it's ePropertyWatch or whatever product it is. We'd love to have you back. So
Always a pleasure, Dave. Thanks very much for hosting. And yes, always willing to tell you anything you need to know about all the CoreLogic products that we bring to you.
fantastic. All right, until next time, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Make sure to check out our Pro Support page for additional videos on a full range of topics. And don't forget to click that subscribe button on our MLS Listings YouTube page.